Bill Whipple. Bill Whipple.
My name is Bill Whipple. I'm former news director for Cairo Radio, and I have 58 years' experience in broadcasting. The arguments to further relax media ownership are built on fables perpetrated by lobbyists for mega media. Fable 1, there are twice as many radio stations on air since 1970. Therefore, concentrated ownership is bringing us more outlets for entertainment and information. Fact, the majority of those news stations are automated. Walk through most multi-station operations and you will not see an announcer. Those are not radio stations, they are high-tech jukeboxes. Local radio stations that in Seattle produce local news reflecting the cultural richness through a variety of locally produced programs. Fact, only 2 Seattle stations have a valid radio newsroom. The culture is not covered by the major media. Fable 3, every year broadcasters join with their counterparts to raise millions of dollars for thousands of charities. Out of the thousands of charities and nonprofits that ask for free coverage on local radio and TV, most are not given the time of day. The charities receive publicity because they have PR staffs that make the little guy look like a pauper. The only security of all is a free press. The force of public opinion cannot be resisted when permitted freely to be expressed. The agitation it produces must be submitted to. It is necessary to keep the waters pure. Thomas Jefferson to Lafayette, 1823. Does this mean that the writer of the Declaration of Independence is wrong?
Thank you. Robert Zuckerberg.
Thank you. Thank you for hearing us out tonight. My name is Robert Zvyerzhina. I was born in New York State in a small town called Liberty, which was fitting because my parents were immigrants who came to the United States seeking freedom. They came here in 1968 as political refugees from Czechoslovakia, which, as you know, was under Soviet rule at that time. And it was a terrible place. It was a country where the government arrested and detained people without cause, evidence, or charges, where prisoners were held indefinitely, denied legal counsel, and tortured. It was a place where even the most blameless citizens were spied on, phone lines tapped, private correspondence intercepted, and personal records scrutinized without warrant. And of course, all of these nefarious activities were buttressed by a complicit, monolithic media network which served to promote, protect, and perpetuate a tiny minority's prerogatives of power and privilege. My parents are no longer alive, and in a way I'm glad, because it would break their hearts to see their beloved America subject today to these same abuses of authority. It kind of breaks my heart too. But unlike Soviet Czechoslovakia, we still have some, not much, but some, diversity in media ownership. You commissioners are faced with a monumental choice, and I hope you will do some deep soul searching before you decide. A plurality of voices is the very definition of democracy. It is imperative that you act to preserve the rules as they are and say no to further consolidation. To do otherwise would be a betrayal of the American people and the ideals on which this great country was founded. Thank you.
Robin Green. Jerome Edge.
Hi there, thanks for having me this evening. My name is Jerome Edge. I'm the host and producer of the Mass Mix Session with DJ Defcon on KSVR 91.7 FM up in Mount Vernon, Washington, and also Robin Carnine's nephew. And tonight I'm here to say I'm a member of the Upper Skagit tribe and a resident of the Swinomish Indian Reservation community. And my community is so rural that in the year 2007, now almost 2008, I can't even get DSL or high-speed internet. I can barely get access to dial-up internet service, and also portions of my home, I can't even use my mobile phone. You know, so when told that it might even be made more possible for a major corporation that wants little more than to make money to control every aspect of public media and broadcast information that I see, hear, and listen to, especially seeing how coming from a rural Native community with already limited resources for members of our community when it comes to accessing media, broadcast sources of information, quite frankly, gentlemen, it's downright scary to think those already limited resources could further fall prey to the fiscal agenda of some major corporation by the loosening of restrictions on the media outlets that they're allowed to control. What happens when those underserved voices, be they the rural residents of my community, voices of community leaders and activists, or voices of young people aren't heard? You know, it's hard enough for people like myself, who might I add, I was the only broadcaster in Washington State selected to be a delegate at a world radio conference, and I couldn't even get a major media outlet to give me coverage, to give me some recognition in the whole entire region. I was the youngest delegate in the entire world selected. So gentlemen, I say to you in closing, I stand here before you to say that it's just not right to put the realm of public media information in the hands of major corporations to further consolidate their power and monetary agendas. Thank you.
Thank you. Sue Wilson.
Commissioners, I'm a broadcast journalist of 20 years, currently making a film about media issues called Broadcast Blues. On July 16th of this year, I filed a Freedom of Information Act request with your Media Bureau to find out how many petitions to deny broadcast licenses are currently pending in front of the FCC. I also asked, when is the last time any station ever had a license taken away? By law, the FCC is to respond to me within 22 days. It has been 4 months. I have heard nothing. The petitions to deny licenses are the only means that we the people have to hold stations accountable to the public interest. What is it going to take for you to actually take away a station's license? Does somebody have to die? Because guess what? Somebody did.
Hey Carter, is anybody dying in there? We got a guy that's just about to die. Miss 30, sign for relief. Get the insurance on that, please. Jennifer, I heard you're not doing too well.
My head hurts. They keep telling me that it's the water.
This is what it feels like when you're drowning.
A mother of 3 children died during that profit-raising stunt. When the attorney for the family of Jennifer Strange wrote to the FCC asking that the station's license, KDND, be taken away, Chairman Martin, they were so impressed because you got back with them and said, we will immediately turn this over to our enforcement bureau. It has been 10 months. The station still broadcasts, and they've heard nothing. This is unacceptable. If you will not stand up for we the people, then I have news for you. We the people are standing up for ourselves. This is our media, and we are taking it back.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We're taking it back.
Susan McCabe. Susan McCabe.
Back.
Susan McCabe. Please come forward.